Welcome to the Where's the Finish podcast. We are three runners talking to our friends, sharing stories about running, training, life, and asking the quintessential question, where's the finish? WTF.
All right, and welcome to the Where's the Finish podcast. I am Shae.
I'm Joe.
I'm Kevin. Let's go.
And with us we have Scott Kummer of 10 Junk Miles.
Hey.
Oh,
Hey, Scotty.
wow. I got like a walk-up song. I like it.
Yeah, got the air horn going.
I wish we had a red carpet for you.
Yeah, we could make one.
Ugh.
I don't know. We can roll a red marker.
That's just too much. That's too much. I'm not worthy of that.
I don't
Are
know.
you going to lay out the red carpet for us come August for the Badger?
Oh, yeah. So all three of you are doing the 100K?
Yep.
Yes.
So it's going to be the first 100K for both of these guys.
Very nice.
Yeah, excited about that. Well,
Oof.
kinda.
Is that going to be the longest distance they ever went in their life, too?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Heck yeah.
Ooh,
The pain. The misery.
very nice. Well, I'm glad
The
you're going to do it with
suffering.
me. And the 100K is the perfect distance for that race, too, because you get to see everything, but you don't have that extra 30 miles worth of suffering. So it'll be good.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I like extra suffering though. Can we make it extra difficult?
Well, you can do one more loop if you want to.
Okay.
Do it barefoot.
Oh fuck. Jesus. So I know.
Maybe I'll make it extra hot for you.
Oh god. I mean, well, I'd be okay with that.
It would
He's
be
a lizard.
August.
Yeah, I like to run in the heat.
I don't want the heat. We got enough of that down here. If I
Yeah.
want heat, I can run to Florida. I'm going to go up there to escape a little bit of it, hopefully.
You'll still have humidity though.
Yeah.
No, they don't have humidity. They
have-
don't. They think they do, and they don't.
They don't. They have corn.
Yeah, not like you. Not like you.
Yeah.
No,
No.
they got wet corn.
Well, Scott, I think you should probably just maybe explain who you are and what you do and
Because I know who you are, and I've
Yeah.
been following you forever. But we do have local friends who are not in the cult, who are not followers of TJM.
So we know that you have a podcast. You're a race director, but I personally would like to know myself a little bit how you entered into the whole running world and how you got to where you're at and kind of what you're doing with it now.
Sure. I mean, my running world started way later in life. I was a young lawyer. I think I was 1 year before I became a lawyer. I worked at a law firm where we had an elite, let's say sub-elite marathoner. He's like a 244 guy. And he kind of got me interested in it. And we decided as a law firm, the whole firm, we were going to run a half marathon together. And we were going to train together. And we were doing fun runs together. And I thought the whole thing was ridiculous. Because I was at the time like a 2-pack-a-day smoker. And I was maybe a little bit heavier than I am right now, which for the listeners is pretty heavy to begin with. And I didn't have any interest in running at all. I had no background in running. I played a little sports in high school, but I didn't want to be a runner. And slowly but surely, we did this training. We got to the point where I felt confident that I could run 13.1 miles in Las Vegas. And this is the old Las Vegas Marathon, not the current one. This is the one where they drive you to the middle of nowhere desert in Vegas, and they have you run back to not quite to the Strip, but to the airport. So you don't see any of Las Vegas. No one in Las Vegas knows what's happening. It was a very terrible marathon, except for the fact that it was a gentle downhill the whole way on a nice country road. So it was good running. but
So
that's
it's better
about
than
it.
like the trash cans and dumpsters they have you running around now, apparently.
Yeah, for sure. In terms of a course, yeah. But in terms of like the people in the city didn't even know there was a marathon.
Wow.
Like they had no idea. So we were ready to do the marathon. The night before the marathon, the boss says, Scotty, I was thinking maybe instead of getting up at 3 a.m. and taking a bus 13.1 miles away and running all day, maybe we should just play craps all night, just like stay up and gamble.
that sounds good.
I didn't want to do that because I was going to get shamed by the others. I was, I wanted to go run. There was a bet. I was going to get $100 if I ran the marathon cash. That was the bet. I'll get $100. And plus, I train. And so then he's like arguing with me, and then he started getting a little hostile with me, and he's like, I'll give you $300. I'll give you $300.
Shit.
We'll sleep in. We'll go to the tennis club, and we'll play tennis. And like, well, I mean, Brian's gonna be mad, and we did all this training, and And then I got the, like, I don't even know if I can trust you to be a lawyer in this firm. If you
Oh,
think
shit.
that $100
Oh, shit.
to go run 13 miles at 3 a.m. in the middle of nowhere is better than getting $300 to sleep in and play tennis with the boss. So I blew off the half marathon. I took the $300 and stayed. And,
Nice.
But would you
it
say
kinda
he's
stuck
just
with
a
me that-
really good lawyer because he just totally lawyer argued you into getting exactly what he wanted?
A little bit, but he also bullied me because he was my superior.
Yeah, yeah.
He was judging me based on it.
Yeah, you were certainly
He
obligated
didn't want
at
to
that point.
run. Yeah, that was the bottom line. He didn't want to run. So anyway, but it stuck with me. And then I watched my friend finish, and I watched my friend finish a couple other marathons. And then I got the bug and started to train and run marathons and, worked my way up 5K, 10K, half marathon, all that. And then I spent a lot of time trying to break 4 hours. I wanted to be like a sub 4 hour marathoner, and I failed
Nice.
miserably time and time again. I was just slow as shit, and I never got fast. So then I discovered trail running, and then the rest is history. I found some people didn't care.
Yeah, we love trail running.
Yes. So for the things that I can't do, I do the things that people won't do.
Yes.
Yeah. I can't run a 4-hour marathon
you go.
either, but I'll daggone run 50 miles.
Yeah, let's do it.
That's what I'm saying.
Yep.
More people have run a 4 hour marathon than have run 50 miles, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's true.
50 miles is harder.
Yeah.
Exactly. Who cares about 4-hour marathon? I don't.
I just need next year, the end of this year, a 4:45. Sub 4:45 is my marathon goal. Comrades qualifier
Oh,
for 2025.
The new qualifier is 4:45.
That's what I thought, or 4:40.
I think it's 4:50.
Oh, okay.
4:49.
yeah.
Oh.
You got 5 whole
I
minutes.
said 4:45 because that's my marathon PR.
Fuck, you know what that means? That means you can just take that extra 5 minutes to shit on the side of the road.
I'll shit on the side of the road and I'll have to run faster to make up for it. There will be many shits on the side of the road.
Maybe
You
you should.
shouldn't have to shit on the side of the road during a marathon.
No, but she
You're
just
doing
likes.
something wrong.
She just
That's
likes
happening.
to. That's the
It's
thing.
her hobby. It's like
It's not that she doesn't have to. It's that she likes to.
there's like a pin map over here on the wall of all the places she's shat.
What? That's just a box of
This is
pins.
shit on the road. I like it.
I will not be doing
Well,
that at
I'm
Badwater
trying-
Salt
I'm
and
going to
Sea.
Comrades too. I'm going to Comrades too, so I'll be right there with you.
So
trying to break
is
the 4:45.
Matt Smith, I believe Stephen Dents. So there are several other people who are in talks for TJM, kind of comrades takeover, as much as 10 people can take over a 50,000 person race.
I like it.
Well, there's not a lot of Americans, so keep that in mind. There's only maybe like 200 Americans there, so we'll be a big hunk of the American crowd.
Cool. I like it.
Yeah.
All about percentages.
All about percentages.
So tell us, Scotty. So what? I mean, obviously, you at this point you've ran some races. What got you into TJM? Let's talk about that.
That was an accident.
Okay.
Most of my life has been an accident outside of my professional life. I listen to a lot of podcasts. I like running podcasts, but they were all the same.
What's your favorite
I don't know if
podcast?
you guys were.
What's your favorite podcast outside of your own?
In terms of a running podcast?
Yeah.
Or any podcast?
Yeah, running podcast.
Running,
There's only one right answer here, just so you know.
there is no finish line?
No, it's where's the finish?
No, Scotty.
Where's the finish line?
Hang up.
Keep in mind, I haven't been home a lot this month, so I'm a little soft in the mouth.
It's true.
But
I just got done producing 2 podcasts, too, to put up for tomorrow. So
I do like that there
Not
is no
so
finish line, though.
That's how people feel it.
where's the
at
finish
Pain
line? That's the
Force.
best podcast.
There you go.
Where's
Nice.
the finish? WTF?
There you go.
No, but any
So
podcast.
all the podcasts were kind of the same. I don't know if you guys were around then, but there was just like a standard format. Hey, Scotty, you just won this race. How'd you win? How'd you train? You're so awesome. Come back and we'll talk to you again sometime. That was every single running podcast. They were really, really boring. And I kind of looked at that and thought, there's got to be more. There's got to be a better way to do this. Fast forward, I listened to another podcast that was not running related where they had this gang format where there's like a bunch of people talking at once and they're all friends. And I said, oh, that's a great idea. And then I was out with my running friends and we were all talking. And I thought, what if we took the bunch of friends talking all day and we put it into a podcast form so that you had running friends when you didn't have anyone to run with? Nobody was doing this at the time. There were no gang shows. There was no long run. There was no multi-panel. Like, no one was doing that. And we just said, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just remake a podcast. And we all went in my basement. They had a little too much to drink. And then the group podcast show was kind of born. And we did it just so that the people that were in our local community that didn't have friends could go running with us. And we didn't realize that it would become immensely popular. And at 5 million downloads later, it's insane. What happened on accident. And we never got into it to get famous or to make money or to, it was all just, let's provide running friends for people that don't have them. And the rest is just kind of happened on accident.
And straight up. So when I first started running, now there seems to be, a bunch of trail runners. I used to be the only trail runner. I ran by myself all the time. There was really no run club. TJM has been my running family for since 2017, I think. So I've been TJM has been instrumental in the stupid things that I do, the amazing friends that I have. So, TJM has made a huge impact on the running, on my running, on anybody that I've talked to. I've also talked them into doing stupid things. So,
but similarly, one of the reasons we wanted to do this one, and one of the reason we do the things we do is we wanted to build community here for our runners. Yeah. And like Shae said, when I first started running here, I did a little, starting it off of 5Ks and, some shorter distance and just teaching myself how to run. But I went down with the local run club, and every time I would go for a group run, these crazy gals would come running off into the trails, and I wanted to be there with them so bad. I wasn't confident in myself, and I didn't think I would be able to do because they were like, "Oh, we're going to go run 16 miles." I'm like, "You guys are crazy," but I knew that was a place that I wanted to land, and so through their example and them dragging me out on trail once, and me dragging someone else, and someone else dragging someone, I don't think anyone gets into trail or ultra running on their own.
No,
it's really a community thing that someone kind of indoctrinates you into it. You might have been doing 5Ks, but someone drags you out on that first trail run.
Well, we talked with our two friends, Melanie and Ryan, yesterday, and they did not have similar, somebody, under their, being put under somebody's wing, a mentor. Yeah. So that's very fun. Yeah. So all of our listeners will now know about the maxi pad story. Yeah. Delightful.
That's fucking crazy.
So we went from 2 or 3 people in our entire area, the entire county, city we live, to where we're probably about 15 or 20 people.
Regular trail running when we have beautiful trails.
And so it's continuing to grow. And that's one of the reasons we want to do this, just like what you're doing, is to kind of bring this format of running to other people and let people know that it's something that's doable, it's fun, it's not scary, it's really fun.
Yep. Yeah. So let's see, what next do we want to talk about? Joe is preparing for something very special, which I believe you have also prepared for. What are you preparing for today, Joe?
Oh, gosh, I'm preparing for so much stuff.
Yes. For tomorrow.
Tomorrow, specifically.
Yeah, so tonight when I leave here, I've got a whole jug of Colite I got to drink. So apparently I'm going to go to the doctor tomorrow and get some roto-rootering done.
I haven't done that yet.
You haven't done it yet?
So it's so much fun.
No, I haven't done it.
So I have a family history of colon cancer. My grandfather died at 36 years old with colon cancer.
Jesus Christ, Joe.
And all of the men in my family in their 30s and 40s have all had colonoscopies and had polyps removed. So
okay, Scotty, why have you not had your asshole checked out?
Well, I first of all, it's hard to get to the doctor. And then when you go, everything's like a delay. And I did get the whole kit, and there was a plan, and then that doctor left. They scheduled it for 10 months from now. And then that doctor left by the time I got to do it. Wow. So it just never got done.
I've been doing it
I'm going to do it.
Every 2 years since I was 30 years old, I've been doing it. And
are you scared?
And I've had the bad kind of polyps removed every single time. No, kind of look forward to it.
Do you need someone to hold your hand?
It's a good sleep, and I get my prostate tickled.
Do you want me to hold your hand? I mean, I could take tomorrow off and hold your hand for you.
I'm not afraid. While I'm loopy, what you would do to me, Kevin? You might do something.
Shove it a little further. It doesn't go any further.
Aren't you already having something bad done to you anyway? I mean, you can aggravate that.
At least it's so much better than a prostate exam. So at least I'm asleep when they're doing it.
Yeah.
instead of just bending
You
over,
watched the video?
humiliated. And yeah, actually, I have watched the videos.
Yeah.
What?
They record it.
What?
Yeah, they record
they put it
while
on,
they're
like,
doing
YouTube.
It. I get pictures.
Sweet.
Yeah, it's like a whole photo exam with
So if I like, let's say tomorrow afternoon, I'm not at work. I'm on my phone, not at work. I just want to preface this. And I Google Joe Miller's booty hole video.
Well,
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
you
don't
won't
do
find.
that.
You might
Live
find.
stream this? Put it on a show here?
You might find someone's little chocolate starfish, but it won't be
Oh.
mine.
Oh, your doctor's going to stamp his anal passport
Yeah. I bet his doctor's got many stamps.
in
my-
his anal passport.
My most interesting colonoscopy experiences is I was I see Scotty, you got your flag flying back there behind you, so I've got one similar to it. I'm a military veteran, and I receive all my care through the VA hospital, and I retired as the chief of police for the VA hospital, which is the largest uniformed law enforcement agency in the federal government, about 6,000 uniformed officers. Just retired a couple of years ago, but working in a closed environment, as a police officer, I had some really interesting encounters. And in one of the hospitals in which I worked one time, the doctor that was scheduled to do my colonoscopy, I ran into him on the elevator, and he reeked of alcohol.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. So I had a law enforcement encounter with the doctor that was
Holy
getting
shit.
ready to do my colonoscopy in a couple of days.
Did you go? So here's a real
So-
question. What did you do? Did you actually take him to jail or?
No, we did not
Disciplinary action?
Did not arrest him or anything. But there was some outcome for him. But again, I
Did you let him do the?
no.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
All right.
No.
All right. I was gonna say because. I mean, if it was this big before, it's this big now. All right.
But that was a one-off experience. I've been receiving my care through the VA for, since like 2001. So for over 20 years, and I've never had nothing but the best care. Very happy with what they've done for me, and so Scott, am I correct in looking behind you? You got that flag back there that you're a veteran?
I'm not actually, and there's a really good story about this flag, and it relates to being a podcaster, because we have a policy on the show that if you mail us stuff, we'll open it up and talk about it on the show.
Yep.
And people send us random things like chicken coops and bottles of booze and dirty diapers and you name it. We've got most things in the mail, but then one day we opened up a package and it was this flag and that certificate from Colonel George Susfrick that he said that what we do matters to him and that he really appreciated it. And that flag was flown in combat for us by him, and that's what the certificate memorializes.
Wow.
We also have a whole bunch of honor coins there that have been given to us by people in the military, because one of the charities that I'm involved in, they're a big part of our race. It's called Band of Runners, and what they do is they take runners, they take Gold Star families and ex-military people, put them in a trail camp so that they can learn the skills of trail running and go back to their community and find their tribe and their community as a way for them to adjust to life, civilian life, the lack of having their military friends and brothers around them all the time. And it's a great transition into regular life. And I believe a lot in that cause. And we raise money for that cause. And then this year, actually, our World's Longest Turkey Trot for charity is going to be raising money for the Band of Runners. We're going to send about 20 extra campers to that camp. And the people that go to that camp, that teach the campers, are famous and notorious ultra runners with a lot of skill. And it's a really, really wonderful experience. And as a veteran, maybe it might be something you want to look into and get involved in, but it's really neat to meet these people and see these people that are struggling come to this camp and find their people and find their tribe the same way that we did when we found trail running.
It's pretty amazing.
that's great.
I wish, I was in the military and a combat veteran. I was in Afghanistan right after 9/11. And after coming back from that, I was in Iraq for another year. So I spent 2 years of my life when my children were really little away from home. And I've always been like a back of the pack runner. Like I struggled through boot camp, to keep up with the long legged chicken guys, in the front of the line. And I never learned how to run. And I think that was probably why I hated running. So my entire military career, my entire law enforcement career, I hated running.
Yeah, they don't teach you. They just yell at you.
Run faster.
Like, fuck, okay, how do I run fucking faster? I don't fucking know what I'm doing.
And I wish that the military did better at teaching people.
Do better, military.
Yeah. how to be,
I know you're
how to
listening.
be a runner. So, it wasn't until after I didn't have to do it anymore and it was no longer a requirement for my occupation that I actually took on running and started liking it. And that was the reason I started liking it. I think it's because I learned how to slow down, how not to race everything, and how to enjoy the process and teach myself how to run. And
Well, the problem is the military, like everywhere you run, you're running like sub 9 minute mile everywhere.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That's what you run.
Now, when I was 26 years old, I could run a 21-minute 5K.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine doing that. I've been running again now for about 4 years, and I almost eked out a 30-minute run on a 5K trail race this weekend, and I about died doing it.
Hey, so Scotty,
These band of runners, they're going to be supporting you at the Badger too. They're going to be hosting an aid station. So you're going to go through that aid station. And when you see band of runners, you're going to remember the story that I told you. You're going to know who they are.
I'm excited for that. So actually, I would like if you could tell us a little bit about some of the races that you put on. I know we've talked a lot about the Badger race with our crew here, even with some of our runners here, and there's a lot of interest in this race. The more people that we can get to go up there with us as a collective, the better. I feel like there's like strength in numbers, right? So a lot of people get nervous going somewhere by themselves. So if we can say, hey, let's all go, as one unit to this location, it might ease some of the pain knowing that there's some familiar faces out there in the crowd. So tell our community here a little bit about some of the races you put on.
Well, we put on 3 races on ostensibly the Badger State Trail. That's the trail that the Badger's going to be on. There's a few exceptions to that rule. There's a few different trails that kind of transverse it. But it's on this trail. It's a rail trail. It's in the southern part of Wisconsin, what they call the driftless section, which is where the glaciers kind of plowed through and plowed all this ground in. So it's got these huge rolling hills everywhere. But the trail...
No, you'll see. We're going to drive. We're going to be driving in, and you're going to be like, Shae, you said this was flat. What are you talking? And there's just beautiful rolling hills. The farmland is beautiful. I don't know if it's soybean or corn this year. Probably soybean, I think. Not sure. Then
what was it last year?
I don't remember.
Oh, what's the opposite this year?
It's probably the opposite this year. Yeah. And so then, of course, like you see all these rolling hills, but then the Badger Trail.
Yeah.
Flat as a pancake, huh?
It's flat. It's smooth. It's soft.
Trail shoes or road shoes? Trail shoes or road shoes?
Whatever you want.
I rode shoes.
You want.
And everybody always asks, they're like, is this, so we'll be out running trail or running on some nice surface. And I remember Susan kept asking me, she's like, so is it like this? I'm like, no, it's nothing like we have. Just picture something really nice and really soft and really wonderful.
So we've been running with our friend Susan, and Susan was one of the original Triple S squad. She is the Triple S squad. These girls that run together all the time, and we finally got her to commit last night.
Yeah.
She texted me and said she had signed up for the 100K Badger.
Yep. So as of last night,
100K, all your friends?
we're all doing it.
doing
Yep.
100K.
The 4 of us are doing it. We have one more we're maybe working on.
You might need to open some more spots.
Oh, we got plenty of spots.
Oh, yeah.
The 100K, that's not an issue. That'll be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, so the what I say to people is, it's not the most beautiful trail. It's not gnarly. It's not, the thing that I always say is it's just nice. It's just really, really nice. Like the whole time I'm on that trail, I'm always happy. There's no mountainside. There's no, water feature. And it's like there's not much to it except for that it's flat and smooth and very, very nice. And
it's nice.
When we first put this race, huh?
Yeah, I think it's nice. I'm going to die.
Together, I was really worried that like my friends would come up and at the end of it and be like, that was really boring. Why would you ever think that we would like that? But like everyone that got to the finish line, they just said, I get it, man. It's just really nice being out there. I go up there all the time. I'm going up there next weekend. Every time I'm on that trail, I'm just like, God, I love this trail. And I don't know why.
So,
But you're not going to trip and fall. It's very, very soft and smooth and nice.
it's predictable, sounds like. And me and Kevin are both signed up for a race in January called the Long Haul 100.
Oh, fuck.
We're going to do our first 100. Well, I'm going to do my first 100. I think Kevin's going to have 100 done before then.
I don't fucking know. We'll figure it the fuck out.
But, that the trail conditions change from year to year. You never know what you're going to get. It's going to be cold one year. It could be dry and hot the next year. Next year, it could
Flooded.
be
Fucking
flooded like
flooded.
it was this year. And it's just a slog fest through mud, so it's nice that you, at least, when you sign up for your race, it sounds like I know what I'm going to get into. It's going to be pretty
You're not
consistent.
slogging through mud.
Yeah.
It could rain, but you're not going to slog through mud.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
How many
just
aid
gonna be
stations?
nice and chill. 7 aid stations, really well stocked, lots of food and drink. I mean, the people they leave our races and then they complain about other aid stations because we're like, not all aid stations were like this. But we do it. I mean, I have the luxury of this not being my full-time job. I don't need to make any money off this race, so I don't really care. And my answer to most of the questions is what would be awesome. It would be awesome if we did X, Y, and Z. If the aid station comes to me and they say, you know what we want to do? We want to, make spaghetti and meatballs all week. Fine, whatever you want to do, So we kind of blow up the budget. The last person through the aid station, it looks just like it did when the first person came through. There's
Nice.
plenty of really good food, plenty of good drink. We cater to the back of the pack. We cater to the slow people, the old people, the sick and the wounded. I mean, it's not a elitist race. I can't tell you who won the race. I can tell you who won last.
I was going to say, yes.
Liza from Band of Runners.
It's his coach.
Generally
Yeah.
speaking, I don't remember, but the last 4 hours are a lot of fun, and that's when we're all hanging out. So,
What's the cutoff
great
time?
races. We have a 50-mile, 36 hours for the 100, 33 hours for the 100K.
Okay.
So you could literally run 50K. You could pitch a tent in Orangeville, sleep 8 hours, and then run 50K back. And you could do all of that in that 33 hours. You got all the time in the world.
That's great.
Yeah.
So, at what point in the schedule is the natural badger?
The natural badger?
The natural badger.
Like naked?
The naked badger. When is the naked part of the race?
Naked badger. I have permits. We're not going to lose our permit on you.
Oh man.
Wait, is that an
Do
option?
that somewhere else. There's no. Yeah, that's not an option. No naked.
Go streaking through the quad.
But there's a lot of people. There might be 115, 120, 100 miles already. And,
Yeah.
and August is a ways away. So it's,
Yeah.
it's going to be a nice.
And I heard something, you guys do something different with your buckle system, right? So tell me about what you do for your buckle for the 100 mile. What you do, a different size
everybody gets a
buckle?
belt. All the 100 milers get a belt.
Nice.
And then for the buckle, you get, it's a really nice buckle. I just got done buying it. It's the most expensive thing I buy all year long. They're just ridiculous, but I love them. Screw everybody. They get in a nice buckle, and it's got a nice inscription on the back that says you meet a lot of cool people on the trail, and one of them is you.
Nice.
Then
I
we
like that.
also have a bigger buckle if you're over 30 hours, because I always hate that when you go and you're like, you go and like Shae will finish in like 23 hours and you'll finish in like 27 hours, and then she'll have this huge buckle and you'll be like, oh, here's my buckle. It's like small. So we made a bigger buckle for the under 30. It's the better buckle. And then
Scott,
when you come back for,
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
no, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, did you hear about the bullshit at Berlin? Where if you don't finish
No.
sub 24, you don't get a buckle. You only get a
There are
buckle.
other races like that.
Oh, that's bullshit. I don't like it.
I really appreciate the race directors that are catering to the back of the pack runner, because I'm a back of the pack runner.
Yeah, me too.
And I would have been DFL on my on my first 50K. I had not been for running with Kevin.
Yeah, that was me.
So he let me walk ahead of him about 5 steps, and he took the last place. And I imagine in my race future, I'm going to have quite a few, dead effing last finishes, and it is kind of demoralizing.
Many.
Yeah. It is kind of demoralizing for a runner who's trained their butt off, done everything they can to be the best runner they can, and get there, and then things like the aid stations are shut down, traffic intersections are already open back up. You get there, there's no one at the end to wait for you.
Yeah, it's shitty.
the entire, and then unfortunately unfortunately that happens, but fortunately there are people that are aware that it happens that are making effort to make a change in that. So
Kudos to you
guys
for sure.
that. Yeah.
That's huge.
Well, and so for our 50K, you get a 12-hour cutoff. So that, for the marathon, you get 11 hours. So, I mean, we want people to finish. And, think about it. The back of the pack is the future of ultra running. The back of the pack is the consumers of the sport. They're the ones listening to your podcast. They're the ones that are buying the stuff and going to the stores. There's a handful of elite people. There's a little bit of people in the middle. And then if you come to my race, I bet you a third of the people finish in the last 4 hours. A third of them, you know? Mm-hmm. I mean, and those are the people that make the memories. Those are the people that make me cry. You roll in a 22 hours hug and you cry in my arms. So that's the people that I made this race for. That's the people that I want to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yay. All right. So now the big topic of the day, of course. Now we've chatted for a while. Oh, wait, you had a question about Scotty.
Question. Yeah,
yes,
I have a question.
He has a very
Scotty.
important question he's been asking.
All right, Scotty. So I've been listening to your podcast. I need to know why you went to the doctor.
Can I tell him that? That's probably fair, right?
I mean, maybe.
You might.
I would answer anything. I'll answer it. I had a sex headache. This is a headache that comes on like a freight train. Immediately after.
You come like a freight train.
Jesus Christ.
You just got done hearing about how reluctant I am to go to the doctor. I was the next day calling the doctor. This was really serious. It was really bad. And they gave me a specific medicine for it. And it was funny because I hadn't gone to the doctor in so long that my primary wouldn't let me just book an appointment. They had to book me as a new patient. And I'm like, I had Dr. Pullman for 27 years. What are you talking about, new patient? They're like, you haven't been here in over 3 years. You need to,
Yeah.
So I'm like, I got to go to a new guy on the sex headache? Like, come on, like that's not cool. But Dr. Pullman got me in. He gave me a special pill to take if it happens again. It's the same pill that you would take if you have a migraine. And it happened one other time, and it hasn't happened since then. And no, it's not because of bad luck. It's because the headache has not resumed.
Is it? Oh, okay. Never mind. I was gonna say, did they give you amitriptyline? Is that what they gave you, or?
I don't know. It's a little square gray one pill.
Oh, that narrows
it's
it down.
Same pill.
Yeah. Well, Kevin's over here trying to be a medical professional.
No, I'm not a medical professional. Not at all.
Yeah,
I'm just curious to see what they gave you.
Curious or bi-curious?
I'm not definitely.
Okay.
It was the worst. It wasn't like a headache like I have a headache. It was a headache like all of a sudden there's a hammer pounding inside of your head.
Jesus.
Like just immediately after.
Wait a minute. Which head are you pounding with here? I mean,
Yeah, the top one.
The big one.
The top one.
so I mean, it's obviously like
Really? If I were me, I'd be like, not the big one, the little.
just a little head up here on the top of my shoulders. Yeah.
Yeah.
So is this condition like something that has to do with like blood pressure or something like that? I mean, what did they say?
No
What's
idea.
happening?
It only happened one other time, and then that was it.
Is that the only time you had sex?
No, well, I said it's not because.
It's not because. Yeah, it's not because. It's not good.
That's the obvious answer.
That's immediately where I went. I was like, he's just not getting laid.
I wonder if it was so bad. Like, if it was going to happen forever, would I keep having sex?
Ooh.
I probably would. I probably would just
All right.
even take the pill.
Massive
you know?
headache. How long were you incapacitated? Like, were you just like groaning, your head like hurting, pounding?
Minutes.
Minutes. Okay.
Just minutes.
One of my favorite comedians said there's no such thing as bad sex. He says he could be having sex and the block could fall off the wall and hit him on the head. It would still be okay. You know,
Yeah.
I mean,
I could see that.
there's no such thing.
Horrific sex, or no, horrific migraine, horribleness right after. I mean, you got to go like the time variation. Okay, well, I enjoyed this for exactly 2 seconds versus I had a 5-minute headache.
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
but the after is the best part. And if you climax and then you're in pain, it's like you're trying really hard to make something happen, and then it just sucks afterward. You know, so it's kind of a letdown.
Yeah, I bet. I've never heard of this condition
Yeah.
before,
Well,
but I'm very.
I'm gonna Google this shit. I'm gonna
You know
Google
what?
it.
It's not that unusual.
I'm a
It
WebMD
happens.
the crap out of this thing.
That's it.
Sex headache. I got to know more.
Sex headache.
It's fucking wild. Well, now we know because like so many people
It's-
get that question wrong.
It's been bothing.
Yeah.
It's been bothering him.
Yeah, for sure.
I just interviewed another guy today, right before this, and he got it wrong too.
Was that
He's
today's
been
Meet the
listening since
Nation?
2017.
Oh, man.
Eric Rose. I just released it.
Eric Rose.
Yeah, he's been listening since 2017, and he didn't know the answer.
Oh man.
It's a tough one.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like, it's a hard question, just like trail boners.
Yeah.
It's a hard
That's
question.
that's a real thing.
Yep. That was the trail boners.
Who had trail boners?
He had trail boners.
You had trail.
12.
What the fuck?
12.
Dude, you got it.
Wait, so there must be something wrong with me because I've never had a trail boner. I don't know what the heck a trail boner is. I mean,
It's where you
obviously
get a
it's
boner
while
on the
you're on the
trail.
trail, but yeah, never happened. Huh? Maybe I'm running.
It's a useless erection.
Do you have did you have any spinal injury recently or leading into that?
No.
Okay. So this could be a
And
priapism.
that was at a cold ultra. It was at a winter ultra. So it was kind of a weird situation where you're just hiking for days in the cold. I don't know why it happened. I mean, that's why I counted it because I had nothing else going on for a couple days.
So a trail erection, is that like a sign that you need to lube up real good?
No.
No, you're not opening anything to put.
No.
You're not exposing that whole area to air. Bad idea.
Not when it's cold. No way. Damn, that's fucking
maybe
wild.
that was my body's way of keeping it warm.
Maybe.
Could be.
Yeah.
Some blood down
Danger,
there.
danger. Throw blood there. Throw blood there. Okay, it's okay.
All
Use
right.
it back.
I don't know.
Jesus. That's fucking wild. Like you got some wild ass stories. What else you got up in there? What else you got?
Up in that body.
Podcaster, imagine.
Fucking hell.
There's a lot of stories.
What else you got up in that body?
Oh fuck.
So we actually had
All
like a
the
kind
stories
of
involve my penis in this.
Most of them,
I believe that.
Concentrating on
Yeah.
the penis stories.
Yeah.
Like a special edition.
Yes.
you'll do the somebody will do a super cut of just Scotty penis stories, and it'll be like 4 hours long of just 4 hours long. Haha, that's what she said. Of just Scotty penis stories.
So we did talk about the Badger race. You said something we mentioned earlier about the world's longest turkey trot. I know that Shae here has done that with you guys. So what's that one about? Is that your race?
That was my main. Well, it's not a race. It's just more of stupidity.
Yeah.
I have a friend who one year he wanted to do one more 100-mile race, and there wasn't anything local. So I just said to him, "Let's just meet in Chicago, and we'll just run to Milwaukee because that's about 100 miles. And wear a backpack, bring a credit card. We'll do it the day after Thanksgiving. All the stores will be open." And so we did it miraculously. Nobody thought we would finish, and then he got ALS and died.
Oh fuck.
So we decided to keep doing it. We did it the next year, not thinking about him. We just did it the next year from going the other direction, a couple other friends. And then the third year, we're like, well, that was about the time that he died. We're like, well, let's go do it one more time. We'll think about him. And then we decided we would raise money for ALS in his memory.
Wow.
So for the last 7 years, or last 10 years, we've been running back and forth between Milwaukee and Chicago on Black Friday every year to raise money for, it has been ALS, but now this year we're switching to the band of runners. We're doing it for the veterans, the trail camp. But every year it's just basically you all run together and you run real slow and it really sucks. I mean, Shae's been there. She knows it sucks.
Yeah,
The time of year has got to be so cold.
Miserable.
it's cold.
Yeah.
It can be really cold. Like when me and him did it, it was like 7. We
Oh,
ran
yeah, like
somewhere
7.
in the 50s.
Yeah, I was gonna say when we
Like
started
7.
the first year in Milwaukee, it was like 11, and my phone just turned off, and I'm like, "Why is my phone off?" And they're like, "It's cold." I'm like, "What? But what? Why?" I had no context.
Phones turn off in the cold.
Yeah, it just did. I'm
It
like,
turned
"What
itself
happened?"
off. I've never seen that.
Oh yeah. It does.
I've had it overheat in my truck before where, it wouldn't do nothing because it's overheated.
But it gets cold, and it just goes, "Nope."
Huh.
That happened. I
Yeah,
had no
li-
idea.
li- lithium
Florida phones,
iron-
though, so
Yeah, lithium ion phosphate batteries will actually do that. There's a protection circuit built into the battery management system to
But
protect that.
Can I like disable that and be like, work in the cold bit?
No. Yeah, because the battery can actually swell at
work
that
in the
point.
cold.
I just remember, I went to boot camp at Great Lakes, Chicago. I was in the Navy before I was in the Army. And this old Florida boy, going up to Chicago for a boot camp, and it was in June. And I remember being freezing in June because it was like that in the evening, it would drop down like in the 50s. Yeah.
It does.
It was, and this was in the summer. I just can't imagine.
Is it going to be warm during Badger? Like relative?
Oh, it can be. I mean, I would say that you should expect temperature between, on the cool side would be 60, 70. On the hot side, it's been in the 80s to low 90s.
Okay.
It's never
nice.
been like up in the hundreds, but it could.
Oh, that's fine with me. I would be
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But I've been blessed with pretty good weather historically. I don't think there's been many races of mine where people have complained about the weather.
Yeah, this is.
I mean, they bitched about it, but it's not really like an valid complaint.
Yeah, well, it's not like it was really hot ever,
No.
Like 80, it was like 82 one year, 84. Like if you're going to a race August 1st in Wisconsin, it's 84, you're lucky. I mean, that's a good temperature to have.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, I would definitely enjoy that. But
Yeah, that was people complained about that. So
wow, I wouldn't complain about it at all.
yeah.
So obviously, you've done some race directing. You've done the whole ultra scene. Like, what's some of the examples of some races that you've completed? I mean, I've heard you've done Badwater, Salton Sea, and Cape Fear. What else?
Yeah. Done the Superior Trail 100, the Potawatomi 100, the Indiana 100.
Oh, nice. Did you like the Indiana 100?
Scobio. I'm sorry?
Did you like Indiana 100?
I did. It was really muddy. They used to have it
Yeah.
at a different time of year.
Yeah.
It's a really pretty course, though, and I like all the people there. I would recommend that. It'd be a good first-time 100-miler.
That's in my
For
hometown.
sure.
I'm from Indiana.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't
From
fault. We
Channel
don't,
Lakes?
Yeah.
we don't
Yep.
fault him for it. He moved to Florida.
I did. I moved to Florida for sure.
So he made up for it.
Yeah, that's where I'm from.
Have you ever been to that, what's it called? Charabuska?
Yeah, Cherubusco.
Yeah, they got the big pork sandwich.
They do.
Is that the one you sent a picture to the
That's the one I
group?
keep sending in the group with the giant ass pork tenderloin.
That's like the
sandwich.
size of a plate.
Size of a plate.
You're gonna eat one of those when
I'm
you're
gonna
up
eat
there.
one when I'm up
Okay.
there. Yeah,
What's the name of the restaurant? It's like a circus theme.
it is. Yeah, it's called the Dairy Treat.
Dairy.
Dairy Treat.
Yep.
DARI Treat. Yes, and they've got it's the entire thing is clowns with Red Skellington in it. The fucking everywhere. There's clowns everywhere.
So they just want
Floor to ceiling pictures of clowns.
spook out people that don't like clowns.
I don't know.
There's people that really have like
So my
real issues with
oldest-
clowns.
No, it's called
My
Magic
oldest
Wand.
living
Magic
friend-
Wand. Is the name of that
Wait,
place.
magic
My
wand
oldest
or is
living
it?
friend is your restaurant critic when you were growing up. The guy from the paper.
No shit.
Finding out Duvall. Yeah.
Wow, that's fucking wild.
My
Small
oldest
world.
friend
That's crazy.
Yeah. from Fort Wayne.
Yeah, no shit. That's where I went to school, Fort Wayne.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Yeah.
small world.
Finding out Duvall. That guy, he's my oldest friend.
That's crazy.
He took me to the Cherubusco for the
So, do you have a favorite race or one that stood out to you that you've completed? That this was like one that either you've done over and over and over again that you would love to do over and over again, or one that just is a highlight, or one that was a major PR. Just one.
What was, like, your race, like
a
the best?
favorite for you?
Yeah.
Do you even have one?
favorite race. It's tough. I mean,
When you've done so
I
many,
think
huh?
I think that like my favorite races are just ones that I have a lot of memory from. A lot of people had been there with me and that I've gone often to. The St. Pat's 24-hour race in South Bend, Indiana, that also benefits ALS. That's one of my favorite races because I look forward to seeing the race director and the people, and it's a nice little loop and it's a good cause. I've done it with two of my dogs. My wife will go do a loop with me. That's a race that I really enjoy. I just signed up for that again.
Nice.
Me and my dog are both going to go do that.
You taking the train in?
I know I'll drive.
Oh, okay. I always take the train in.
Yeah.
It's $10. I always
Yeah.
say that's $10 to take the train in.
He loves the train.
I love the fucking train. That train is so much fun. I don't know why. It's like
You guys
right
gotta
there.
have
Just obsessed
Gio
with the
on.
train.
He's the train guy.
Oh, Gio is the train guy. Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Gio Choo Choo
He
motherfucker.
works for the trains.
Does he?
Yeah.
That's fucking cool.
Yep.
Oh, we can talk to that guy.
He's train man. But
I
when
love
he lived in Chicago, he inspected sidewalks
Oh, that's
and
sad.
hated it.
Why doesn't he expect trains?
I don't know. He does train stuff now.
All right.
Anyway.
That's good.
So I wanted.
I would say St. Pat's. Maybe also the winter races I really like. The Arrowhead 135.
when you
That's
say the
just
winter
it's a
races,
beautiful
you
race
just
and a
like something that's
beautiful
really
place.
cold, or like is that why you like it?
Yeah. It's well, I mean, I like the peace and tranquility of being out on the trail with everything that you need. That's kind of the allure because you bring your aid station with you on a sled that you drag behind you, so it's kind of like a feeling of I have everything that I need to conquer this, and that's kind of a fun experience. I haven't done one of those in a while. I'm going to try to do one of those next year, but
That's cool. I kind of feel that way about any night race. Anytime at night and I got my headlamp on, I'm in the woods by myself. I just enjoy the solitude and the loneliness. I don't know. I just enjoy night races. That's my favorite. That's my jam. Anything that's going to have me out overnight, I'd like to do it.
I like it.
All right. So the hot question of the day.
Yeah.
What we brought you here for? Well, no, we brought you here because we love you and you're our friend. You're new friends to these guys.
Yeah.
But talking about the world record assist, world records, many assist for Camille Herron.
Yeah.
So it was the Further project through Lululemon. Now, how did it start of you getting involved?
Right. So I've been friends with Camille for a very long time. She's been on the show many times. She stayed at my house a long time. She's been here maybe 3-4 times for like a week. And so she's a good personal friend. She's one of the few people that I've had on the podcast that I probably talk to Camille or her husband every other day, one or the other. You know, like we constantly talk. And when she wanted to do this further, when she signed with Lululemon, one of the things that they talked about was doing something like this. And my understanding is there's a lot of iterations of this. There was maybe a 24-hour version or a 3-day version, or they didn't know what they were going to do. And when they settled on the 6-day format, they told the runners that they could get a team to support them. And so what Camille did is she said, I'm picking a team of 7. Everybody got a team of 7. And she went and said, who do I trust? Who do I want on my team? Who can, add to this team? And they asked me, and of course, why would I not want to be part of trying to run the most miles anyone's ever run in 6 days? So I immediately said yes, not knowing anything about it. I had to sign a non-disclosure agreement going into this. Everything was very secret for a very long time. They didn't say where it was going to be. They didn't say what it was going to be. Everything was very confidential. And so I didn't even know the logistics of this race until I got there. But she contacted me with the Lululemon people. They paid for everything. Flew us out there.
Yeah, what was their budget with that? Because they had a private chef there.
I saw a seamstress at one point.
There's no budget.
Oh my gosh.
It was the most interesting place that I've ever been. I mean, in terms of an event. I didn't know what to expect because we don't really know anything going into this. It's just like there was, and then we like days before it, we got a pamphlet with what the race the site was going to be like and where the things would be. But I mean, you're looking at a map. You don't know what it means. So then we go there, and it's funny that we get a name tag and armbands, and there's high security everywhere you're going. You can't get anywhere without, and they're not just casual. They're checking this stuff. It was a big deal to get into the race site. We went in there and took a tour of it, and what it was a 2.5 mile loop around a water reservoir, but it's kind of like a permanent water place because there was fish inside of it. There were fishermen, and the company DMSE Sports that puts on the Boston Marathon, the race director for the Boston Marathon, they put on this event. They brought the infrastructure. They brought the arch. They brought the railings. They brought a timing, all of that.
So they didn't source it locally. They brought it all from somewhere else.
This was all DMSE, all from Boston. There was probably 30 people on that crew, including Dave McGilvery, the race director for Boston. He was there. His kids, who kind of run the company, they were there. I spent a lot of time with all those folks. And they built that whole thing. So what the infrastructure was is there's what's called the back of the house, which is where all the production and the clothing and all that stuff was stored, and all the Lululemon and the DMSE people hung out. We didn't spend much time there. That was maybe, let's say, 6 or 7 trailers, like trailer park trailers full of stuff and people. Then we had the start finish, which you've seen a lot of pictures of in social media. There was this huge building, and each runner had a little, maybe a 10 by 20 room inside of it for their crew, and that was their station. So we had to all be in there, and that's where we hung out. And then behind it, there was like a supply tent. There were medical people, and there were Lululemon people, like corporate people. Because in the background of all this, like nothing you've ever seen, was science going on, and were studies going on. The girls took pills to measure their core temperature throughout the event.
Wait, they took pills to measure their core temperature?
There's like a thing that you can eat, and it keeps your temperature, and you can record it from afar.
Oh man!
Yeah, then you shit it out and eat it again.
Some Big Brother stuff there, huh? Yeah.
We kept track of every single thing that went in to Camille and came out of Camille. every piece of food, every drink.
There's was there like a toilet that like measured stuff?
No, but she had to go and be tested often. You know, they had a continual glucose monitor on her. They had a chip on her in the back that was getting I don't know what other information it was reading. And then halfway through the loop, there was a biometric lab where you had to run on a slab, and there were cameras and like lasers and all kinds of stuff throughout the whole room that kept track of their biometrics throughout the event. So we would see how much or how little Camille's foot would go higher or lower as she became fatigued or at night. So what's really going on behind the scenes here is that Lululemon, who's a Canadian company, partnered with the Canadian Sports Science Institute, I believe. I might have got that name wrong, but I think that's what they're called. And it's part of the government. It's not a private company. And this was a unique opportunity for these two to partner and to study these 10 women in more ways than anyone's ever been studied in a race, probably in the history of ultra running. Like, there was a staff of doctors and scientists there all day, every day, keeping track of things, measuring things, taking in data. When this is all over, there are going to be studies, there's going to be papers, there's going to be articles, there's going to be all kinds of stuff. The science was overwhelming, like something I had never seen in my life. In addition to that, there were each runner had a RV. They were assigned to an RV, and then they had a little golf cart. And the RV was so that you could sleep there at night, or that your crew could sleep there at night. Had a shower, had a bathroom, had supplies in it. Then behind all of that was a mess hall with like chafing dishes with food, and they were cooking. It wasn't pizza rolls, all right? It would be like quinoa, chicken, broccoli, rice, like really healthy food.
Now, was this food for like just the runners, crew, teams, or was it for the entire, like all the scientists too? Was like everybody eating out of there?
Everybody was eating there, yeah.
So everybody ate really well.
Then oh my God. And they had like a smoothie bar 24 hours a day with fresh fruit and ice cream. And like the one thing, I could go in there, and I'm always like making the jokes. Maybe that was why Camille picked me for the team. I don't know. But I go in there and I'm just like, where's all the chips? Where's the Oreos? Like, I've never been to a race where it's like, there's quinoa, but there's not an Oreo in the whole place. What the hell? Like, it was so healthy, all this stuff. That chef was there 24 hours a day. That chef would make anything she wanted. So like, she could say, she would come through and she'd be like, Connor, like next loop, I want to have some chicken teriyaki was a big thing that she would eat. She'd be like, I need some chicken. And then we just tell the kitchen, they'd cook it and they'd bring it over on a golf cart and she'd have chicken teriyaki. There was
crazy.
Also a seamstress, and they had 4 different sewing machines, all the different fabrics, and they could make anything or modify anything all week. And this did happen quite a bit, where someone would say, I need you to, like, I need this to like open up here, but I need this to be sewed on the bottom and it's a little too tight. And can you move this? And can you make me a pair of shorts that does this, this, and this? And they would just zip, zip, zip. They would just make it.
So it's probably like a race series of clothing that comes out from Lululemon here.
Wait, how many big-breasted women were there? Because I know that's one of the things, is that like the bra thing, if they're there for multiple days.
I want you to tell us how many big-breasted women were there. Tell me how many you saw.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Count them. I want to know.
But I saw the pictures of the athletes.
Whoever's listening to this from Lululemon is like, all right, so the first thing we're going to talk about is let's talk about the boobs.
I'm sorry. This is very important to me because I exclusively wear Lululemon bras, because that is the bra brand that I found works really well for me until they turn on me. Yeah. And that's after, a certain amount of miles. So them testing the mileage and maybe seeing how they hold up, that's a big deal to me.
I've seen the pictures of the athletes that were there, and it was really amazing because there was kind of all kinds of body types and sizes there. And I imagine that some of the athletes were probably chosen for that purpose.
Different body types.
Different body types, so they could design materials, clothing, things like that for the different body types, would be my guess.
Well, I'm just hoping better bras come out of this too. That's my hope.
So
Sorry.
Here's who we had, and I'll just try to kind of summarize. I don't know everything, but so next the first was Montana Ferris-Seton, and she was an Australian professional basketball player and model. Who
Really?
had probably not run more than 50K in her life. She hadn't run more than 50K. Could be roughly. Stephanie Flippin, who's a very good 100-miler. She's 100 milers for sure. Then Camille. There's a girl named Kayla Jeter, who is a Chicago girl who's a professional volleyball player and hadn't really run much more than a marathon, I don't believe. I don't think she had ever exceeded 20, because I think the first day she ran 30 miles, and that was the first time she had exceeded 26.2 miles.
Wow.
Xiaoming Jia and Yun Ying Kang, they were both Chinese runners, Chinese ambassadors. They seemed like they were marathoners, like they had some experience, but not a lot. They weren't ultra marathoners for sure. Riko Kwok, she was a Korean jiu-jitsu black belt who had just run her first 5K.
What? How did
and she was she's bigger. Like she was a bigger girl. But she's an influencer.
Okay.
A Lululemon influencer, very famous.
Did she end up doing a lot of miles?
Valerio, I want to say she did more than 100.
Nice.
I mean, 100. I can look up the totals.
I should look too. Yeah. And then Myrna was there, which is awesome.
And then Myrna, and then also Devin Yanko, who's a great 100-mile legend of the sport, and then Leah Yingling, who was a top 10 at the Western States last year. So it was a diverse group of women. Mm-hmm. Some of them I knew. I had known Camille, Myrna, Devin, Stephanie. I don't think I've met Leah going into this. But what was interesting is that, some of the concept was we're going to all run further. We're going to run further than we've ever run before. And some of them were there to say, I'm going to run 20, 30 miles a day, and then that'll be my further. If I do that every day for 6 days, that'll be, 150, 200 miles or what, Whereas in my team, it was Camille who tried to break the 24-hour world record in the first 24 hours, tried to break the 48-hour record in the second 48 hours. There was no, we're going to go eat lasagna now for a couple hours. We were always working. I brought 4 books to this. I thought I'm going to have a lot of downtime, We worked the whole time.
It was not like Mexico where you just tearing through books.
No.
So then you didn't work. You didn't work at all either, did you?
I did a little bit
Okay.
when I would get a break or when I would get time. I tried to squeeze in some work. I had to do some podcasting work too, but I didn't have any downtime for sure. Not when the event started. Now understand, I went out there for 13 days, and they put us in this Omni Resort in Palm Springs, which was probably really cheap. I mean,
Yeah, it sounds like it.
all 7 of us. So our team. Me from Chicago, I was there for 13 days. Then Connor's sister Sinead, she was there. She was social media. Tanya Olson, who you guys know, she was there for feet. Martin Fryer, who's a legend of Australian ultra running. I think he's the number 3 48-hour time or distance in the world, and he's a very established ultra runner. Susan, who is a finisher of the 3,100-mile Sri Chinmoy race in New York, and then Kevin McGinnis, who's just like kind of like one of Camille's buddies that's been around forever. But all these people, they flew this girl in from New Zealand, they flew the guy in from Australia, they flew the girl in from Ireland. This is just our team.
I need Lululemon money. I need Lululemon money.
Just keep
I'm
buying
just
bras.
saying it.
Just keep buying
their
bras.
stuff.
That's why their bras are so expensive.
Yeah.
They gotta fund this shit.
They're flying Scotty. They're flying Scotty to Palm Springs because you're buying bras. That's what it is.
Yep.
Okay, and so now if you like Lululemon and you know Lululemon, I want to tell you this you'll find this to be interesting, I think, is that they gave us our kit. So each crew member was given a kit, and my kit included, I don't have it in front of me. I came home with, I was given when I got there shoes, puffer jacket, 3 pairs of shorts, 3 tank tops, 3 shirts, hoodie, 2 pairs of sweatpants, 3 or 4 different hats, 3 or 4 different belts, waist pack, sling bag. I had 3 huge shopping bags full of brand new Lululemon product that was given to me when I got there.
So you got like $2,500 to $3,000 worth.
Easily, yeah. And then on the last day, they said there's some extra product in the shed down there. So if anybody wants anything, you can go down there and just take what you want. And it was just a shed full of Lululemon. And I filled an entire suitcase of Lululemon, such that I came back with one extra suitcase just full of Lululemon.
Oh my God.
So we know what he's going to be wearing for a while.
Well, no, he's apparently they're doing test tryouts for the
Yes.
Lululemon gear among the TJM
So
folk.
the shoe behind me, that shoe right there, that shoe is a shoe that Camille ran she only ran 3 pairs of shoes the whole event.
Ooh.
That's one of them. And it's signed by all of the crew members.
That's cool.
So this was actually used in the event.
Wow.
So he's showing us
had everybody sign their name on it.
showing
That's
us a
so
really
cool,
cool
you know?
looking shoe. Looks like it's maybe
Yeah.
red or pink or
Is
something.
that a Saucony?
And it's
No, I'm
also
just
got
kidding.
my crew thing and
Yeah, what a
but
cool
yeah.
looking
So
shoe.
this is the new Lululemon Beyond shoe. I was like the only one that said, you know what? Before I leave, I need a souvenir. They said, can I have one of those shoes? And they hooked me up.
Heck yeah.
That's so cool.
So have you run in them yet?
I have run on the treadmill just a mile. I
Yeah.
haven't run enough to have an opinion about it. But I bought a pair of those, and then I have a pair that I brought back with. Carrie from my show got a pair. Mandy from my show got a pair, and Angela from my show got a pair. We're all going to train for and run a half marathon in them and report back on them. I'm also trying to get the shoe guy on here too, the guy that invented it, Jordan. But he's I think the corporation's going to put the kibosh on that.
Yeah.
They're very. I don't know how many things I've said so far that I'm going to get in trouble for. I mean,
I was like, maybe I
I'm not
should
saying anything that
put these
wasn't-
into 2 little different things and
yeah.
password protected.
But so anyway, it was very interesting to be involved in something where there were different goals from different people, and the people that designed the event didn't design it specifically. Hey, if I was Camille and I wanted to break a world record, what would I do? Because like to go get the chicken teriyaki from the kitchen, or to go down and get a smoothie, we got to get in the golf cart. We got to go down to the thing. We got to make the smoothie. We got to get back in the golf cart. We got to come back to the thing. Then we got to walk to the thing. No, and eventually I'm just like, can we just get a freaking microwave in here so we can just like cook right here? And because Camille's not going to the camper. She's not going to sleep. She's going to take a nap here for like an hour, maybe, but that's it. So there were a lot of things that. Whereas, and I'm not saying this to denigrate anyone or compare the two people, but I'm just saying, like, for example, Myrna, who's not someone who's going to run 50 miles a day. Myrna approached it with, I'm going to do some loops in the morning, then I'm going to go have a nice lunch, then I'm going to do some loops in the afternoon, have a nice dinner, maybe get a loop in before night, and then she got a full night's sleep. Whereas there's other people that are just like, Scotty, go get some tacos. We need more ice. Just like frantic craziness the whole time. So it was very interesting to be involved in that comparison of the different people. And then there was so much math and so much knowing the records and what is the pace and what's going on and how much time is left and how much time has been used. And, there's all these, we're going to get to 6:44. That's the world record. 6:11. That's breaking the American men's record. Are we going to get to 5:44, which is the women's world record? And then if we're going to do that, we got to reverse engineer the math and talk about how much time can we be down and what do we have to average as a pace, and just a lot of thinking that way.
Who was keeping up with all that
you're
for
sleep
you?
Deprived.
Was that as a team
We
you
were
were doing
doing
it? Or did you have someone like, this is the math guy?
The guy from Australia, he would just constantly, it reminded me of like traders on the trading floor at the stock exchange, because he was just constantly redoing the math and coming up with another range, like this line, or this line, and she's got to stay in here, and we just kept going back over the math over and over and over and over and over, and then she kept breaking records, and then when she would break a record, she would have to, go pee and give a urine sample and have that certified, because USADA was there and the U.S. track and field was there, and it was just all of the officials were there. This thing was so highly scrutinized, So
like every time
like
she broke a record, it's like, all right, time to go pee in a cup.
Not every single time, but just certain records.
Okay.
But if you she ran 244 miles in the first 48 hours, and then they said go pee. I mean, you might not be ready to pee
Right.
after running that much in the heat of Palm Springs, you know? So then there was a concern that we were going to lose records trying to verify records, you know? And there were people, she would come in that aid station, there would be people poking her for blood, there'd be people taking her urine, there'd be people taking out her chip, you know, just like, it was really, really, I've never seen what an athlete goes through that's competing on that level, and the stakes are as high as they were, you know? And she was very compliant, and I was very surprised. Like, if I was her handler, like if I was Connor, I would have been like, you know, fuck this, you know, she's got to get out there and run. We don't have time for this, you know, but there was a lot of that going on.
Yeah, that was my thought when you started talking about all the scientific studies and the things they were doing, is how that could negatively impact an athlete's ability to go out and do what they need to do.
Right.
If they're taking time to do all these things and they're changing the way they run, they're swallowing pills that they wouldn't normally swallow, they're being measured in ways they that all takes time and resources, and it takes mentally away from your race, and it takes you away from what you're there to do. And so, that really says a lot about her as an athlete to be able to withstand all of the mental parts of that and still go out and do the records that she did.
Yeah. And never turned on the race directors or the other girls. And we, you know what, as a crew, we really didn't turn on each other very much either. It's kind of interesting I was telling his wife, we were talking about one day, it's just the whole idea that like there's this place in Palm Springs where I spent 6 consecutive days, more like 12 consecutive days with this ragtag group of people in the running world and the greatest, ultra runner in the world. And it's like we had a whole life together, and then now we're never going to see each other again. We all left,
and then of course the interesting
place doesn't
thing
exist anymore,
right? So the interesting thing is like this whole thing's happening, and like everybody's like, well, I want to know what's going on, and so it's kind of almost like you wanted like an eye in there of like just reality TV of the crew just sitting around. All of a sudden they're like, okay, no, it's taco time. We gotta go. We gotta get to Del Taco.
Did you go to Del Taco? Is that where you went?
Oh my God, we had so much Delta. There was one night, I think it was night 5. She crushed like 8 Del Tacos.
Was there free shavacado?
She just sat and No.
So no. This is the free shavacado. So what it is, there's there's this meme online or this Vine online that it's a Del Taco, and they've got a sign that it's supposed to say fresh avocado, but the spacing is a little messed up, so it says free shavacado.
It's quite a funny meme.
So we bring it up a lot.
You guys have that in Florida?
No,
there's
Del Taco.
Yeah, never had
Let me
it
tell you
here.
something. I discovered Del Taco in California. Del Taco's the shit.
Are we going to Del Taco
is
at the
good.
end of April?
I think maybe.
Oh my God,
Utah?
Del Taco is exponentially better than Taco Bell. Exponentially. It was crazy.
I can't eat the Taco Hell. It destroys me.
Colon blow. You don't even need Nicole's for that.
Yeah, and you got to wait in line for that crap.
Yeah.
I can't
Fuck
do
that shit.
Yeah.
That's your prep for the colon test.
Yeah, just go eat some tacos.
Just go eat some
Taco Bell.
tacos. Oh man, that stuff is horrible.
It's fucking wild.
So at the end of all of this, we broke the records we broke, just for anybody that's curious, the 48-hour American road record, the 300-mile world record, the 500-kilometer world record, the 72-hour world record, the 600-kilometer world record, the 400-mile world record, the 96-hour, that's a 3-day record, the 700-kilometer record, the 800-kilometer record, the 500-mile record, the 120-hour world record, the 144-hour world record, and the 900K. So that's 13 world records that we made just in the course of that 6 days. And I think we might have, and someone's going to have to check on this, we might have broke the world record, but most world records broken in one run. Because that was a lot of world
That's
records.
a lot.
That's a lot.
I mean, every time I opened up social media, I was getting a report on a
Yeah.
new world record that was being broken.
Oh, it was so nice.
Yeah, so it was really fun to watch it on
and
social.
And she's a machine, it's crazy to watch, but she doesn't complain. And you know what she tries to do? She tries to keep it normal. Like she would come through every day at like 3 and say, tea and chocolate next loop. And Connor would make her a tea and give her some chocolate or like a Cliff Bar and some chocolate. And she would sit and drink her tea and eat her chocolate. Like she liked to have
Like hot tea,
breakfast
cold
and
tea,
lunch.
what?
Hot tea. Yeah. Hot tea.
That's just the thing. Yeah.
Like
Well, I guess
she had
afternoon
certain
tea.
things that she she tried to like stay normal on certain. She brushed her teeth every day. She liked certain things, and it was kind of neat to watch.
Yeah, she was
and
from
she was
Florida.
really, really kind to us.
It'd have been sweet tea if she was from Florida. I mean, she'd have wanted some sunnies.
There was some sweet tea too. There was some. Yeah, we did some sweet tea.
You guys
for
don't
sure.
have, you don't have, there's no sweet tea in California.
Yeah, they got that
no such thing.
instant lemon flavored
Yeah.
tea. Yeah, that's what
They,
I think
they
they
might.
brought it from Oklahoma.
Lipton
Okay.
or
All
something.
right.
All right.
Okay.
maybe.
All right. We'll
They're
give
from
it.
Oklahoma.
Next time they do this,
They
they need to just come out there and make tea.
They're going to fly on a guy just to make
Make tea.
Joe,
Yeah,
you're going in.
I'm gonna be your tea guy. Yeah, I will tea bag.
This is never
all
going to
kinds of
happen
stuff.
again. There's nothing like this will ever.
no,
happen.
ever.
This
Never
is
again.
This is
a
why I
once in
know
a
I will never
lifetime.
actually get that invitation, but I can dream it anyhow.
Yeah. That's so cool that you got to do that, though. That's just unbelievable. That's so awesome.
Wow.
So then it's like leaving camp
was-
when you had to return back to real life. How was that?
It was weird. It was this whole idea that like, what's weird is that like I'm sure you feel this way when you do 100-miler too. Like my wife she doesn't know what happened. Like someday I'm going to run into one of these people and it's going to be like, we have inside jokes. We have names for each other. It's like we like lived this whole lifetime together, and my wife had no part in it, you know. And or even like the place where this took place, it's gone now. It doesn't exist anymore.
So it's like
they
I
set up this
couldn't
whole city.
drive there, and I would just not even
You can
know.
go there. You could see the water, but you would, and I'd be like, no, but Shae, you don't understand. That, you know, this is where this was, and everything's gone. It's so crazy. And I got to know a lot of the people from that DMSC, that the people that put on the event. I got to get to know them pretty good. And it's funny that they're the people that are putting on the Mount Washington road race that I'm doing in June. So when I get to the top of that mountain, there's going to be a lot of whooping and hollering by people in the race staff, and no one's going to understand why. But I spent 12 days with them. There's only 10 runners. There's not that much to do once you set this thing up, except wait for them to finish and then tear it back down again.
Yeah.
But they were there all weekend because they had to work on timing, and they had to be prepared for anything that would go wrong with the course and any adjustments that had to been made. And it was the craziest thing that I've ever seen. It felt kind of like Jurassic Park, or like it was the zoo and we were the animals. It was so weird. And there was no people. They let the media in the first day, then they were gone. And then it was all just Lululemon people.
Now there was
Taking a lot of-
there
there's
was
gonna be-
social media updates coming out, because I mean I seen what was going on. So was there like a social media person for each team, or how was that happening, that we were getting updates but the media wasn't there, but we were seeing social media updates on what was going on with Camille?
It would have been from the teams or
Gotcha.
from Lulu's specific, because I posted about all the things that were happening in
Yeah.
our camp, you know, whenever something happened. And then Camille had a social media person. So I assumed that all the other runners did too.
Gotcha. Well, it was really interesting to watch it unfold. And, you know, we've had some really exciting things that have happened with especially the women in runners, you know, last year or so. I mean, you know, I was just thinking, I was looking at some of the stuff with, you know, like with Jasmine Paris just finishing the Barkley marathons, you know, and then we, you know, this is right coming after Camille doing her thing like a week apart, you know. And then, you know, I was looking at the other one, the, you know, Jennifer Hoffman that just did the Transcon. And she beat the record by many days, like 8
Was
days.
that? Do you know if that was Sandra's record?
So
was,
Sandra,
yeah.
Sandra
That was
Sandra
Sandra
was the
V's.
previous holder
Yeah.
for that. So Sandra did it in 54 days and 16 hours and 23 minutes.
Yeah, and
Jennifer
Scotty's
did
got
it-
a really good interview with her on TJM with Sandra.
Yeah, Sandra did it
Her
in
story is
47 days.
fascinating.
Yeah. I mean, this is amazing that you know, and women are not just crushing women's records; they're crushing all records. You know, they're even beating men in some of these records. So it's really impressive to see what's happening with women in the sport, and so exciting. to
Women are
follow,
much
too.
more stronger than men by far, hands down, hands down.
Love it.
That could be true. I mean, it's debatable.
Well, they know if they say otherwise, I will beat them up before they leave my home.
And
Before
this-
they walk out of my door, they will get beaten up.
In this room, Shae is much more of a badass than we are.
That's right. That's a true statement.
So
Yeah.
So what was your
and, you know,
absolute?
one of the things that I didn't like in the aftermath of all this is the well, two things. One, the comparing. You know, I would hate it if I did something that was amazing, and then everybody, there's like, it didn't take long for someone to put up a poll. What's a better achievement, the Barkley or this Camille thing? Or what's a better achievement, the Camille thing or the Courtney thing? Or like I don't know why they keep doing that, you know? Like, about that after I finish something that's miraculous. And then, you know, the other thing I always think about is that, like, maybe someday it won't be amazing that a woman did it. It'll just be amazing that someone did it.
That's
Anyone
right.
did it.
That's when we'll know, when it's just a person, you know? And I don't mean to take away from the fact that, you know, like women's achievements or anything like that. But, you know, I think about this a lot because, like, you know, obviously I'm married, you know, and when I interact with my wife, when my wife does something amazing, I don't think she did something. Look, imagine if I said this. If I said, "Oh my God, Kyla, you finished the New York Times crossword puzzle in 15 minutes, and you're a woman." Right? But you don't need to add that to the end of it. You know, like, and I think that I hope someday we can get to the point where
You're going to have more than a sex
you no
headache.
longer have to say that.
Yeah, much
Yeah.
more than a sex headache.
Yeah. Get hit over the fucking head with that paper.
For sure. Yeah, that'd be trouble.
I think we'll get there, but it's going to be a long time, probably.
Yeah. This is a whole nother tangent about Barkley. One of my coworkers, she knows nothing about running, nothing about anything until Barkley happens. And then she's one of those TikTokers. And so she's all up on TikTok and just talking about it. And she was just like, well, they say Laz is yada, yada, yada because he's not letting in many women. And I'm just like, okay, do not let me get on my soapbox here. But let me tell you about this whole process. Like, women can do this thing, but a woman has to be, I think we've talked about the statistics when I've been on before about women usually do not sign up for a race unless they are almost certain they're going to finish it. Because they have, like, it's just like a confidence thing, maybe. I don't know. But it's not often that women just talk a big game and don't deliver. Such as you might see at the Keys 100, where the male finisher rate is much lower than the female finisher rate. Sorry, I'm trying to condense my like whole giant rant into like 30 seconds and it's not working. So continue on.
No, I get exactly what you're saying.
I hear your point.
Yeah.
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 But that's one of the things is that women do sign up for 100 milers less, but their percentage of completion is higher than the men.
Yeah.
Like in any race you look at, like even if like a race is 25% women, those women have a higher finisher rate than the 75% of men that are in it.
Lululemon, here's something else for you to research.
Oh, they know women can do it. That's why they have the whole fucking event.
But what's the solution to that problem?
I think a lot of it's a huge problem. A lot of it is, from what I've seen in other groups, is not so much a confidence, but a time commitment. Because a lot of women, they're burdened with the whole childcare stuff. They're burdened with the idea that I need to be able to do this. I need to be able to do this. So I might not dedicate as much time. And so if they don't think they're dedicating as much time, they're not going to dedicate the financial resources.
It's interesting.
Okay.
I don't know. It's a whole giant thing. I don't have any kind of answer yet. I have no answer yet.
I think we also need to normalize failure and say that it's okay.
Yeah.
I think that would help too.
Yeah. Well, instead of shaming someone for a DNF, for example, you know, my goal race last year, my first 50K that I was training for, I actually ended up going out and getting a 50K done before I did that one. But the goal race that I had for the year, I DNF'd it. And I didn't feel bad about it. I mean, I was upset at myself for a minute, you know, but it was what it was. But it was a learning experience. And I know that may happen again, but whatever, I'm still going to challenge myself to continue to go further.
Further, hey.
I had a girl on here once. I had a girl that I interviewed that I was asking her about the races that she did. She's naming all the races, you know, this and this and blah, blah, blah. She named like 30 races. She goes, I don't finish any of them. But that's okay, because I just want to go and I just want to participate and see how far I can get. I was like, yes, that is awesome. You know, that you're out there just trying.
Yeah.
And it's okay if you don't finish, you know?
You know, I read an article, I say article, but I read on the Florida Ultra Runner group that I'm a part of. Somebody had commented that if they thought it was okay to sign up for a 100-mile race with no intention of finishing the 100-mile race. And there was such mixed reviews on there because some people were like, no, you shouldn't take a spot from somebody who is going to try to complete the race. But here's the deal, in my opinion on that, is if you email the race director and you have no intention of finishing that 100-mile race and you say, hey, I just want to go out and run and see if I can do it. If I do it, great. If I don't do it, great. 9 times out of 10, that race director is going to let you in. They're going to let you in. I mean, unless it's some elite race or something like that. But most of the time, especially the local stuff here, Florida's going to let you in.
Yeah, we have so many races. I mean,
why would I not let you in?
Yeah.
Right.
You're
That's what I'm
spending
saying.
less money.
I mean, you're not going to. You're not going to take a buckle. You're not going to.
Yeah.
I mean, in the old days, I used to like fight with people. Oh, come on, Shae, you can't quit. But you know what? Shae, you're getting a buckle. That's like $75. You're getting a concho. That's like $40. I mean, that's like $150 in my pocket. You know, you're right. You're right. You're tired. Sit down. Nothing to prove.
Have you had to say that to Shae before?
No,
Okay.
Shae has finished every race that she has run that I have put on.
Yes. Yeah. I did the TJM Slam in 2022. 2022 or
One of only,
2021.
like 5 people that have finished it too.
Yeah. So
There's
I was
not
the
many.
very first
Very
first
small
slammer. 2021 is when I did the slam. So I did the Sugar Badger 50 mile. I did the Badger 100 mile. I did 100 miles at Dot's 48 hour. And then bonus, which is not actually part of the slam, is doing the turkey trot. So the TJM Super Slam.
I'm trying to think.
So
Shae,
if you're listening to this and you know Shae, all you have to do is be almost as good as Shae, and you can finish any race that I put on.
I mean,
She
you can be worse
all
than
of
me
them.
and do it. It's great.
yeah.
They're amazing races, and they have
possible.
it's super possible.
Yeah. I've watched her do some pretty tough stuff.
Yeah, we've
she,
been experienced that for
she,
sure.
she definitely is an impressive young lady. I like what she does. And I don't
Well,
know.
and I think that you gotta. Well, I was just gonna say, I think you gotta let those people that that guy that says he might not finish. Well, what if he finishes? I mean,
Right.
Exactly.
The miracle could happen.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What's the worst that can happen if you enter a race and not finish? You don't finish.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the worst thing that can happen. Is that the end of your life? Is that no? It's not the end of the world. Did you probably learn something from it? Absolutely. I haven't. There's no race that I've done that I haven't learned something from.
Even failures, you learn a lot.
Yeah,
from
I
failure.
learn more from failures than
Yeah.
from wins. All
Yeah,
of us do.
Scotty's writing a book that I will continue to demand every time I talk to him about the things he's learned from DNFs.
I've DNF'd everything. I've DNF'd 100 and 200, 160, 150, 135, 100, 100K, 50 mile, 50K, and a marathon. I haven't DNF'd a half marathon yet, but everything from that up, I've DNF'd.
Shae, how many races have you DNF'd?
It doesn't matter because well, it genuinely doesn't. But because we're all lining up at the same time, we're all doing the same thing, we're all enjoying it the same until we don't enjoy it anymore.
Girls don't DNF is what she just told us.
No.
No, they do.
Women have a less likely chance of DNFing because of the rate that they sign up. Anyway, so lessons learned. What did you learn from like Camille's take on things and like crewing that you're going to implement in the future that you didn't have before? Because I know you already have like this extremely robust knowledge of what to do for crewing, pacing, multi-day.
I would say like the biggest thing that I learned, and I used it the next weekend, ironically, because I flew back from Palm Springs and then I flew back to LA to do the LA marathon. My wife works with a woman. It was her first marathon. While she was visiting here, she said, I'm going to do a marathon. And she's, like a little bit overweight Mexican woman, maybe in her late 30s, early 40s. I'm not sure. And I said, well, I'll do it with you. And I got out my phone and I signed up for the LA Marathon right in front of her. I'm like, let's do it. And so she signed up for the LA Marathon and she did all the training and she did everything right. But then I flew out there to go run with her. And things went bad pretty quick. And there were some walls that were hit and there were some struggles early. But one of the things that I learned from Martin Fryer at this Further event is what we call chunking it down. Okay. So what that is you take the big goal. So for us, it was, we're going to finish this marathon, right? That's the big goal. And let's make a chunk and we'll make it smaller. Okay. So it became, we're going to run to a blue sign, the road sign, and then we're going to walk once we get there. And then we're going to walk to the next blue sign. All right. And all we're going to think about is this chunk, walking to the blue sign. Oh shit, I got to run again. Run into the blue sign. Oh, I get to walk again. And then we're going to forget about everything else. We're just going to chunk it down to blue sign to blue sign. That was one of the things that he implemented a lot at Further, and that I really thought was smart, because when you chunk it down, you kind of get a tunnel vision and your whole reality becomes this one thing that we're doing rather than the big picture. And then it makes it a lot easier to get through.
So with you guys at the
and
LA
that really
Marathon,
worked.
you chunked it down into these signs, but how is he chunking it down for Camille being such like 600, like 6 days, hundreds of miles? How does that chunk down? Was it like by meal times?
Instead
was it
of
by...
talking about, instead of looking at it in terms of like, this is what, we reached a point in the event when 6:44 was achievable, but we would have to make changes. Okay. So what the math said is that she would have to average 13-minute pace for the last 30 hours.
Fuck.
And she could have 6 1-hour sleeps. Okay. Which meant that you're going to have to eat and walk, and we're not going to be able to spend as much time in the aid station. And Camille's not an eat and walk person. Camille's like a sleep an hour and then go back to running 10-minute miles. She doesn't, rest and relax. So we sat her down and we're like, you know what? We love you. We support you, whatever you decide, but if, the good news is you can get there, but this is how you get there. And then she's like, we're not doing that. No, we're not doing that. So I was like, all right, well then what's the next thing? It's 6:11. So if you want to get to 6:11, here's how that, she's, no, I don't think that's going to happen. So I was like, all right, well then let's just focus on 5:44. Let's just focus on the world record for women, and then let's break it down to how much you got to do tonight and how much you got to do tomorrow. Because the fear was that, like, if we change our plan, it's going to be, we were leaving to go to the hotel, and I was like, we're going to the hotel, she's sleeping, they're eating pizza. Everybody's just kind of like, the whole vibe has changed from, holy fuck, we can get to 6:44 to, all right, we're just going to go for 5:44. Let's all relax. And what we didn't want was come back in the morning and everybody's still sleeping. And they're like, wow, we just got to get to 5:44. We got plenty of time. So we came up with 2 chunks, one the night before and one the next day. It was like, you got to get to X here, and then tomorrow you just have to do Y, and then that changed the thought process from, I'm going for this big record, to just like, okay, to get to what I want, I got to do this chunk and I got to do that chunk. And then that was a different way of looking at it.
I think I can do chunks. I'm pretty chunky. Yeah.
Chunky.
I'm pretty
aid station to aid station.
Yeah.
Just
Pick a
get to
point.
the next aid station.
I mean,
I did.
that's what aid station is, right? That's chunking it down.
I really did a similar technique in my elite powerlifting days. I mean, it was very similar in training. I mean, you didn't do anything. You didn't go straight to the number. You broke it down and you took time. You periodized and you went for it. I mean, it was definitely chunks. Same thing.
All right. What other little sage bits of wisdom can we take into our next training bits?
Sage bits of wisdom.
Yeah. Let me put you on the spot completely.
Never underestimate the power of good food. I learned this in both events. First, I learned it watching Camille eat the fast food that I went and got for her when things got rough, and there's like, I'm going to need some tacos. You have to go get some food. And then also the same thing in the LA Marathon. Now, when these girls showed up at mile 10 at the wall, not looking good. It's like way too early to be this down. I went to 7-Eleven, about 4 20-ounce Coca-Cola Classic, the real Coke. I said, drink this whole Coke, and then things are going to get better for you. And that for sure did. Yeah. And that's an ultra lesson, right? If things are bad, eat something, drink something, and walk a while, and things can get better.
Okay, so what did the scientists think of the taco eating, beer drinking, donut having Camille Herron?
I don't know the answer to that.
Did you have to know? You didn't show them the food and say, like, this is what she's eating. Here's the ABV of the Rogue.
It all went on the chart. Yeah, it went on the chart. but I don't know that there was any discussion about that or how that would affect things and stuff like that. If from what I saw, she didn't eat a lot. She's not a big eater. She's not someone that's putting a lot in. That time she crushed the 8 tacos was an exception and not the rule. A lot of times it was like one piece of bread with honey on it, or it was a bottle, or she liked these Coke floats. So it'd be like ice cream with Coke mixed together. She would drink that, but not like you would be
Coke
surprised
float.
at the
Oh
amount
my
of food.
gosh, that's genius.
You never had a Coke float?
No, I've had Coke. I've had like a grape cow where you do
what,
the
grape cow? What the
grape cow?
the fuck?
A grape cow. You've heard of grape cow, yes? Okay, it's grape soda or purple cow, whatever you want to call it. It's grape soda and vanilla ice cream. No?
No,
What?
never heard of this.
Missing out.
I gotta try it now.
Yeah, seriously, this is going to be next level.
Next-
Next time
yeah.
I, see you guys suffering out on a run, I'm going to go home. Get
I'm traumatized with your fucking ice cream from last week.
I mean,
Okay.
I was still upset that I didn't get the Oreo concoction that you said you was going to make me.
I know.
Those were so
So
Well, I didn't end up volunteering. I ended up running.
Bro,
it.
What
we
is
had-
this Oreo concoction?
Oh my god, they're
Oh
so
my
good.
gosh.
Okay, like this is my request for Badger. Okay, so I want Oreos with a dollop of peanut butter and a chunk of banana.
So what you do is you take an Oreo, you put some peanut butter, and then you top it with a banana. And it is like a little bit of sliced banana. It is insanely
Oh
delicious.
my god, it is fucking.
We will have to talk to Josh Holbein because he's I assume he's going to be
Oreo, peanut butter, banana.
That's it.
I'm only
surprisingly.
going to see him once.
Yeah, true.
Well, someone
We'll
just,
have to,
So we'll have to interim aid station.
yeah.
someone can
Gutsmer.
just some-
run along
Gutsmer
with
Monroe.
me.
Yeah.
Run along with us and just
Yeah, just feed me while I'm running.
Yeah,
Just-
just keep me going. I'll walk, whatever. The only reason I do ultras is to eat anyhow. So
A lot of truth to that.
Do you guys have any questions about the Badger 100K?
fortunately for us, I feel like we have a somewhat of an SME sitting next to us that, she's been pretty good. I know that I'm going to suffer a little bit because it's a new PR distance for me. Kevin's going to be probably close to having that distance already done by the time he goes there.
Yeah. Be close.
I feel good about my training. My coach is taking good care of me. I think I need some more long runs in my training, but
I think you should do a mile of lunges.
I just did a half a mile of lunges and that crap sucked.
Okay, his coach gives him a half a mile of lunges in the middle of a run.
Yeah. So I ran 9/10 of a mile and then lunge 1/10 of a mile and then repeat that 5 times. So by the time I'm done with my 5-mile run, I have walked a half a mile of it. My butt hurt for 3 days.
I believe it.
How much hiking are you doing?
Apparently
Are you
not.
getting hiking in?
Apparently, I'm not doing nearly enough hiking. I really, actually, it is a weakness for me to do some power walking. I actually. Need to
Shay's the queen
incorporate-
of power walking.
Yeah,
That's all I got.
I've always been. I'm a short-legged little guy, and I can't. My wife is 5'1", and she can walk circles around me.
She can't. I watch her Strava, man. She's like,
She can walk like a
13-minute mile.
13-minute mile.
Yeah.
I can't do that crap. I've never been able to do that crap, and even if I practice a lot, I don't know if I'd ever be able to do that crap. But I definitely need practice at it. And I think my coach has ambitions that I'm going to go do a mountain race one day. Right now, I'm trying to avoid the mountains. So
I would do 20 mile no running. We used to do it like before all races. We would go do like a 20 miler. Not allowed to run at all. Just walking. And you try to walk as fast as you can.
well,
Yeah.
I started.
Your weak suit is your slow walking, not your slow running.
Yeah,
That's true.
Yeah, I started off with this journey as a hiker, walking and backpacking, and I always said to myself that if I can walk it, I can run it, and that really was the case. If I could walk a 20-mile walk, I could run a 20-mile run, and it's pretty much worked for me. So
I need to do more walking. I already know that.
Yep.
I gotta.
But you got a walking pad. You got a walking
for
pad.
walking.
Yeah.
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, I've been doing it. I broke my arm, so I kind of went mountain biking, and Shae pushed me down.
I did not.
You did. You really didn't. But it's the story I tell.
It's a true story you just made up.
It is great story. So I broke my shoulder, and so I've been kind of like down a little bit. Can't do a lot of running, but so Brian Frain's also my coach.
Yeah.
My
So he
coach too,
coaches
so
several of us here in Ocala.
yeah, and anyways, so he's got me doing
got the
some
Florida connection.
walking.
Oh yeah, he's got 6 or 7 clients here in Ocala.
7. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Whew, Brian, you're doing good.
Yep. That baby needs diapers.
What else are you doing this year, Shae, other than the Badger 100K? What are you on the schedule?
Obviously Salton Sea. So we're about a month out-ish.
Yep.
Yeah, about a month out from Salton Sea. So I've been doing tread hikes, which
Yeah.
are horrible.
I was going to say, ask her how much she likes it.
Tread hiking, it's so bad. It's so bad. Mountain's so bad. I'm not
Done a lot of
even
it.
doing,
That's what I'm working on.
I know I'm not even doing the 15% that you're doing. I don't know how you're doing that. That's just, oh man, I'm at 10% and dying.
I mean, would you rather die at 10 or die at
10%,
15?
I can. 10% is comfortable for me.
10%, I don't think
I'm
I
good
can.
with 10%.
10%, I'm barely holding that 15-minute pace. It's rough.
Oh,
It's rough.
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Like, yeah. Anyway,
Oh.
so I just want to be able to comfortably hike an hour, 10% incline at a 15-minute pace. But that's what I'm working on. But after Salton Sea,
Doesn't that race have like 25% grade at some points?
yes, there's little bits that are straight up. And then my other big
there's
race
one
after the
really sucky
100K.
part.
Yeah. So he's done it.
Yeah, I heard.
And it's, yeah,
You know,
Yep.
we have done quite a bit
he
of
knows how bad it is.
did quite a bit of crewing and pacing over the last year or two, and I will say that every time I pace, it's usually with someone that's got 50 miles behind them or
Yeah.
more, and so at that point they're doing a lot of walking, and that means my pacing is a lot of walking too, and it definitely is a place where it starts hurting. You end up with things in that long walk that wouldn't bother me in a run.
That's right.
I could run 50 miles and not have any pain, but come out of a 50-mile hike and my hips hurt.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
getting blisters in places where I wouldn't get blisters because my feet are moving different in my shoes. So yeah, it's definitely words of wisdom to practice your hiking, which I'm not doing much of myself.
Better be prepared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think the my big after Salton Sea, my big one is I'm going to try and go for sub 24 at Hennepin. So I'm gonna
Nice.
be up at Hennepin this year. So that's pretty much all I've
You'll
got
see
really
me twice
planned.
at that one too.
Yep. See you twice. Get some good pork sandwich.
Maybe he'll have Oreos and peanut butter and
Yeah,
bananas.
I got the Mount Washington race and then the Yeti 100.
Oh, you going Yeti?
Yeah.
Now that one sounds like so much
Yeah, it does
fun.
sound like
I would like to do the Yeti. I'm not fast enough yet for the Yeti, but I would love to do it.
Nice.
I have one DNF and two DNSs, so it's time for me to go finish that race.
Yeah.
Got to make it happen.
We'll be cheering for you.
All right. Anything else that we're missing?
No, I also think that in my future I want to try one of these 6-day races. I think that it's an interesting, it's an interesting beast. I think that watching it and seeing, for example, like how many miles you could get in just running at night or taking full breaks for meals or sleeping, and just like the whole idea of how much time it is and how long it lasts, and I kind of like it. I kind of think that I would enjoy it, and I might want to do. I don't know if I want to do the one in the dome. Or
That's
if
what I was
wanna
going to
find
ask. If you wanted to do one at the dome,
Yeah.
because woof.
Well, the virtue of the dome is every third of a mile you're running by your stuff. So you're really, you could put your stuff out and it's just there. I mean, so maybe, but I think that at some point I want to do one. I don't know if I want to go do a 48-hour first or if I just want to go try it, but it was interesting to see. And you look at the totals that those women had, there was some that were in the 300s. There was a couple that were in like 400.
Mm-hmm.
Man, for never having done a 6-day race before, that's quite remarkable.
So do you think they're following up with all the ladies as far as their recovery? Do you know, did Camille give any hints
for
about
sure.
how that's going?
No, but they've like even after the event, they all had to go get medical tests again and go see the doctor. And there's a lot of like, I mean, it's not just like a little science. It's like almost science overkill. There was so much science involved in this. And I think it's because that Canadian Sports Science Institute is part of the government. They don't really have a budget. They're just there because it's like, we have a chance to study this thing.
Mm-hmm.
So that was really, really cool. But yeah, I'm fascinated by it really. And talking to, so now coming up on the show here, I mean, I have a lot coming up. Oh my God. I have Kara Goucher tomorrow releasing. and about her book. And then I have interviewed Bob Hearn, who's a multi-day.
I'm so excited for Bob
expert.
Hearn. So excited.
I talked to Bob Hearn a lot while I was at Lululemon too, by the way.
And you didn't record any of it?
No, just like texting and
okay.
messaging, and I like Bob Hearn. He's good people. Like I think that I'll be friends with him for sure. And Dave Proctor, who ran across Canada. Mm-hmm. Now he ran across Canada. Canada's really, really, really far. Like it's like a lot. And he did 100K a day for, I want to say like 70, 80 days, something like that. It was a long time. And he didn't run at night, just ran every morning.
I don't even like to drive that far.
I've had all these great conversations with multi-day runners and runners and there's a thing, and it's very, very interesting. It's that when you run in these multi-day races, sometimes you go into a trance-like transcendent state where you become one with the universe and the rest of it slips away, and there's a feeling of oneness and euphoria that could be created. And all of them talk, me and this Martin Fryer from Australia, I have to podcast with him because he was just a fascinating guy, but he talks about it too. And like him and Bob are both chasing that feeling. They want to get back to that feeling.
I was going to say, I remember hearing he had that during Ball State, I believe, as Bob Hearn talked about that. Yeah.
I read something somewhere about like
all of those.
I read that the monks in Mongolia do something similar to
the marathon.
They do a marathon.
Yeah.
So it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, and they all talk about this just place that they just want to get to, and the only place they know how to get to it is there, and then you have to kind of wrap your ability over that, and can you still do it, and how far can you get, and but it's been a through line through a lot of the interviews that I've done recently, so I'm very curious about that as well.
Man, so now we're going to be on the 6-day watch for Scotty's 6-day watch. So you got to start putting the list together.
Maybe next year.
Next year?
Maybe the comrades in the 6th day. That'd be kind of fun.
Great.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
All right. Anything else coming up for you guys?
No, I mean, I've got a little 10K coming up this weekend. I'm going to be pacing my little sister. I've been coaching her, and she has lost about 140 pounds. And has picked up running.
This is the one you did the hike with a couple months ago?
So her and I backpacked together, and we spend a lot of time. We enjoy that together, and it's really exciting to watch her get into this sport, this hobby too. So she's really taking to it. She coaches really well, and she's a tough girl. So I'm going to be out with her Saturday, pacing her for her first 10K. And she may be doing a half marathon this fall. I don't know if she knows it or not, but she's going to probably do one at Space Coast with us.
That's cool.
And so, we're having some fun with that. So I'll be doing that. And then, I don't know, I've got some other things in the future coming up, but,
Yeah.
All right. Kevin.
Yeah, I got none.
You're running more than...
Oh, yeah, I'm running.
Oh, miles.
Yeah, I'm running.
Exciting.
Running some
broke
more.
Shoulder.
Broke shoulder. So, fun fact, I broke my shoulder. 3 days later, I was out running again.
Yeah, because he's stupid.
Yeah.
His ortho said it was fine.
Well, you don't run with your shoulder, right?
That's what I said.
No, he does run funny with a broken shoulder.
Oh, I do.
His doctor told him, just don't fall. So what did you do yesterday?
I fell, but it doesn't matter. We're not going to talk about that.
I want them little cypress
How's the
nuts.
podcast going?
We're having a lot of fun.
Podcasting. You guys are, yeah?
Yep. Yeah. So basically, got the whole setup. We've had friends over, chatting, and now we've got kind of a little bit of a backlog, but I'm good with that. And
Yeah, we've got a couple.
I just kind of drag them along to do this thing.
Yeah, it's really fun. We're getting some really fun response out of our listeners. Mostly, have not seen anything negative so far. I'm sure the negative will come. But right now, we like to goof off and have fun, and it's nice to know people say, "I listened to your podcast and we laughed," and that, or we listened to your podcast and it encouraged us to do something new that we wouldn't have done otherwise. Yeah. We've had that happen a couple of times. So that's really exciting. Yeah.
Yeah, you never get sick of that.
No.
Yeah.
It's the best. Yeah. So I right now I have the one that's big, and then I have a new one about vinyl records that I started, that's very small. Like no one listens to it. We're just discovering what we're doing as we go, and it's kind of fun. But it's invigorating me and making me really excited about podcasting again because it's kind of new and different, and I'm having different challenges and stuff like that. And I'm really getting into it. I'm really liking it. So
Yeah, my daughter's pretty heavy into vinyl.
It's making me fall in love all over.
Yeah, she loves vinyl. My daughter.
Yeah, there's a whole like cult around it. Like I got a buddy up in North Carolina that's just got rooms full of it, and he's got the old tube speakers, and he just loves it, and
cool.
and the clarity of the sound and the realness of it, and so yeah, there's definitely a big cult following with people that listen to vinyl, so that's pretty cool.
Who's your favorite artist?
Well, that podcast is called "I've Got That on Vinyl."
I've got that on vinyl.
We talk about we talk about essential albums that everyone should own.
Nice.
And that's basically what we do is just, kind of nerd out on music, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Favorite artist, probably Bob Dylan. And I do have that on vinyl.
Cool.
I told them, I literally said, okay, the one thing we're not going to have Scotty tell is the Bob Dylan story. So Kevin, he was just waiting.
So I have another story. It involves Camille. It's a really good story. So when we went to dinner at the end of the Palm Springs event, I went to dinner with a friend from the 10 Junk Miles named Diane Durden. And then while we were having dinner, I got a message that Camille and everybody was meeting for dinner too. So Diane got to go and have dinner with Camille and the crew, and it was like a really big deal to her to be able to go and
That's amazing.
sit at the table with the whole world record team. So that was my fun experience. There's the one person that I got to see while I was there.
That's cool.
We'll see Diane in a month. She's on the crew, the A-team crew.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
So are you think?
And I'll be recording a lot of the things that happen at the Salton Sea as well. So
Yeah.
God, okay.
Yeah. We're gonna need updates because I need to know if the A team is gonna beat the B team.
Yeah.
That's
Oh shit! The B team is
Follow
running
10 Junk
around
Miles on
islands.
social media.
yeah.
Yes. they
Why are the B team running around
Barbados,
islands?
Guam. Yeah. You're
So-
not running around islands?
Well, okay, now I've got to. I literally pulled up Google Maps today, and I'm like, let me look at some islands. I literally did that at work today. I was like, is there an island I can run around? Do I need to be doing?
Florida's got islands. You guys got a lot of islands.
Yeah, we got islands.
Where?
Carney Island, right down the street.
Yeah, we can find you islands. Pine Island's not that far away.
Keys is like 8 hours away. That's so
Oh no,
far.
there's islands closer than that here. Yeah, we've
Follow
got
10 Junk Miles. I will definitely post about
Yep.
both
Yeah,
teams and
I
what's
already
going
do,
on.
for
and,
sure.
There's I don't know if there's an official bet yet. They got to talk about that.
No,
There
we need
should
to get
be
the
one.
betting
Like
in
a
place.
Pony keg or something.
Shae said she wanted to shave her head.
Something-
That's all I heard.
Oh, head shaving. That would be a great one.
And we talked about that during our Salton Sea episode.
Yeah, shaving your head.
And I'm the only female, and I'm like, yeah, whatever, I don't care.
yeah.
But yeah, so we got to think of some of the bets. But
Scotty, thank you so much for taking
Yeah.
the time to come and talk to us tonight and sharing your
Oh, thank
experience with
you.
your that's really impressive. I think a lot of people are going to be interested to hear this podcast so they can hear about this event that you were involved in.
Yeah.
And I know we really were excited.
We're excited for your race coming up too. Like that's one thing that we've been talking about for a very long time. So we're very, very excited to be a part of that.
yep.
Well,
so.
I think it's going to be great, and thanks for having me on. I reached out to Shae and I said I have this story. I don't want to tell my own story on my own show. So why don't I come on your show? Have me talk about it there because I do have a lot of people asking me about it, and it's a story I haven't told yet. So
Yeah.
if somebody wants to know my experiences, so when this is ready, you let me know, and I can share it on the socials and say, want to know what it was like to crew for Camille? Check.
Yeah.
And sorry, Camille, if I said anything wrong.
Yeah, I was gonna say you could also still hit up Bob because Bob has like really good questions too. So
Yeah.
he's worth he'll deep dive into the statistics because he's like a stats man.
Yeah.
Like Bob is like
Nice.
gear junkie stats man. I would say tell Bob you're coming on his podcast. Just Zoom call him one day and tell him you're recording. just surprise him that you're making him a podcast.
Yeah.
I think that'd be fun. And Bob is you said 100 miles.
Yeah. Listen to
Which
the whole thing.
they listen to that as well. So
Yeah.
all right, so we're gonna close her off, and thank you guys for listening, and we will talk to you next time. Make sure to follow us on all the socials and do the rate and review thing, and
Let's go.